The T.L.O versus New Jersey court case is a highly influential case in ed law's history. It seeks to answer the question, do schools have to follow certain laws when searching students? T.L.O stands for the initials of a 14-year-old girl who was smoking with another student in the bathroom. They were caught by a teacher and sent to the admin because smoking was against school rules. When confronted by the admin, the other student confessed to all of the accusations, while T.L.O decided to deny them. The admin didn't believe T.L.O when she said that she had denied, especially because her friend had just confessed to everything. So he decided to confiscate her purse under reasonable suspicion. While searching the purse, he ended up finding the pack of cigarettes that he was looking for, but also rolling paper. And rolling paper isn't commonly used for cigarettes, but for things such as rolling blunts. So he continued to look. And as he was looking, he found a bag of grass-like substance, which happened to be marijuana. He found a list of students' names that had owed T.L.O money. He found a wad of cash, and he found a pipe. So naturally, he contacted the police to tell him of all the drug paraphernalia that he had found in her purse. Now, the police ended up calling T.L.O.'s mother and asked her to come down to the station, but up until this point, she still was denying and said that she hadn't had anything until she got down to the station. While she was down there, she ended up giving a confession saying that yes, she was selling drugs at school. And because of her age, she ended up facing juvenile charges. For the majority of the matter, all of the lower courts agreed that the school can search the students if there is reasonable suspicion. After deciding that T.L.O had waived her Fifth Amendment right, the case made it to the New Jersey Supreme Court. They agreed with the lower court, saying that the school acted in code with the Fourth Amendment, but that brought up a new issue. But before we talk about that, let's talk about what the Fourth Amendment is. The Fourth Amendment provides protection against unreasonable search and seizure. The government can't conduct a search without a warrant. Warrants need to be given by a judge and based on probable cause, and warrants need to be described with particularity in regards to the place being searched or the persons being seized. So, the New Jersey State Supreme Court agreed that the school acted within correlation to the Fourth Amendment, but brought up a different question that ultimately sent this case to the Supreme Court. They disagreed with the admin's motives. They said that possessing cigarettes alone doesn't go against the school rules, and the desire to catch T.L.O in a lie does not justify a search. The issue that was brought up to the Supreme Court was whether or not they could use the evidence obtained by the school administrator, or was it illegal. The Supreme Court answered in a broader way. They agreed that the Fourth Amendment right applies to school officials. Students have a right to privacy, but that right must also be balanced with the school's need for protection of students and education. Due to this, the school officials do not need any warrant or probable cause to search a student. They only need reasonable suspicion. We've been using these terms reasonable suspicion and probable cause a lot, but what in the world are they and how do they relate to each other? Well, reasonable suspicion is the first step on the evidence ladder, and probable cause is the next. You need to have more details and evidence to say that something is probable cause than you do for reasonable suspicion. Think in the police world. Police only need reasonable suspicion to frisk you, but they need probable cause to obtain a warrant to search your house. There are more hoops to jump through because the impact is larger. So with this ruling by the Supreme Court that schools only need to act within reasonable suspicion and don't need to obtain a warrant, how does this affect our lives today? Well, this issue of student privacy versus school rules comes together with the heart of safety. Students can't hurt themselves with drugs and alcohol if teachers are able to step in without having to jump through a lot of hoops. And teachers get to help prevent school shootings, and admins get to help prevent school shootings because they don't have to go through and jump through all the hoops to search a student's bag. However, with all decisions, there are potential problems, and the potential problem with this is bad teachers. Because there are less hoops for you to jump through, it can be easier for teachers to harass students. This doesn't mean that there aren't major consequences for it, just means that it's easier for things to go south. Ultimately, this court case fought for protection for all. I like to think of it as a tough love court case. T.L.O was doing something wrong, and that was against school rules and was bad for her health. But hopefully, in the long run, this could benefit her and future students because it all comes together in safety.